All right, we'll set that aside. Now let's work on this guy. This thing is filthy. I know it's hard for you to see it on camera, but all up and down the side walls inside here, it is coated. And then inside of the chamber, definitely inside of the locking lugs, there is just so much crud. It is pretty impressive. That is a lot of crud. All right, let's start by getting as much of that loose stuff out as we possibly can. And again, here, I'm just going to get in there and you can see all sorts of stuff coming out. Yeah, I'm just going to wipe down as much as I possibly can here. Yep. Here I'm probably not going to have as much success at just kind of getting it really clean, dry, because a lot of this stuff has just been burnt on, one layer on top of the other, and I can feel the grittiness and griminess in certain locations as I work through this. Now, if you don't have this little special tool, flathead screwdriver works really good. You don't have to have anything special to kind of get in there and do the heavy lifting. And again, all I want to try to do is just get the big chunks as much as I possibly can. I'm not even coming close to inside that chamber area because it's just, you really have to get inside of there to get busy with that. One more little spot there I can try to get some of that crud out of. Surprising though, I mean, just a couple passes with this paper towel here, and I'm getting a lot of that carbon to just come right off. That is pretty impressive. I'm going to see what else I can see if there's a little right on the edges here. It's kind of caking. Wow, that's pretty damn impressive. Okay, well, now I'll go ahead and apply some degreaser in here and let's see what else we can kind of get off. Again, I'm not using a whole hell of a lot. I don't really have to. I mean, unfortunately, you can put a lot of this degreaser or any type of degreasing product in there, and all it's going to do is just kind of get wet, and then it's going to just help pass that grease all over the place. So I try to use it sparingly. All right, get inside as deep as I can in these lugs here. Very nice. Very nice indeed. All right. You know what? That does look pretty darn good. I'm going to go ahead and get my chamber brush here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this chamber brush to loosen up a lot of this stuff that I've already started to loosen. Wow. There's just a lot of some big pieces. That's pretty funny. There is just these big chunks of carbon. I'm going to have to actually get out a scribe because I can actually see that stuff. Wow. All right. Well, that is pretty damn easy. Done with that boy. Oh, there's this one piece I could see. Let's see if I can get it to fall out. I think I did. Or did it just get in there deeper? There it is. Good Lord. All right. I need to clean a few parts on the outside here. I'll close my dust cover and just spray it up a little. I guess I could have started by just wiping it down first. I noticed that there was a lot of dings and marks from all the brass being deflected on this bad boy. Pretty much what I would expect from the high round count that we put through this thing. You know, a lot of times people are trying to justify, well, what's a reasonable service life for a rifle of this type? You know, and a lot of that's going to depend on your maintenance interval, but 10,000 rounds seems to be a pretty good investment in your product here, and if you get 10,000 rounds out of this thing, not to say that you can't strive for a higher round count, but I think most people are probably going to find that 10,000 rounds is going to take them a long time to get there, and so you're talking about several years for some people. Now obviously others are going to get there a lot quicker, but it took us about, I think on my round count log, just about 9.5 months shooting it during our training classes, occasionally having a student put some rounds through it or a couple magazines because their rifle wasn't working or they just wanted to play with it. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and punch our bore. There's so many different theories and thoughts. You know, I'm not going to bore you with all of that. All I'm going to do is spray a little bit of my degreaser on this bore cleaning tip here. I'm going to punch through here a couple times. That's one. You can see how I left some cleaning cloth in the chamber area from 4, 5, one more for good, and 6. So let's see. That's interesting. Usually my cleaning rods are a lot dirtier than this one was. I can't help it. I got to look through here and see what I'm looking at. Wow, that does not look bad. All right, so now you can do a couple things. You can use some actual dedicated bore cleaner. You know, there's a bunch of commercially available products to do that. And I'm not saying not to. It's really up to you. I'm not sure I find that much carbon built up in our duty guns. Okay, this is really crazy. This rifle has fired 10,000 rounds through it. I have not cleaned the bore, I haven't run a bore snake through, I haven't done anything. This is the first patch that I have put through here, and it is not nearly as dirty as I would have expected it to be after 10,000 rounds. That is crazy. I have no answer for that. I have no answer. It is freaky. So let's run one more. Usually I'll run about, you know, I'll run 2 or 3 patches through here. Once I get a patch that is moderately clean, in other words, you know, again, unless you're really getting super detailed, you're probably going to get a little bit of flash on the patch as you push through it, as it passes through the chamber area. But I'll be honest with you, right now, after just running those 3 through there, I feel pretty good.